Good morning. We are heading from Kelleys Island, Ohio, up the Detroit River today. It's a big day for us. We will be back in Michigan. Our first stop is the Monroe Boat Club, about an hour and a half west of here, right across Lake Erie. We will pick up some family members at the Monroe Boat Club. We made arrangements yesterday, and they will ride with us up the Detroit River. We are heading to Bayview Yacht Club because our buddy Scott on Dreamer has made arrangements for us to tie up at his home port. That's where he keeps Dreamer. So we're gonna travel up the Detroit River with our family, tie up at Dreamer's Club. Unfortunately, Scott won't be there. He's moving his boat through the Erie Canal, but engines are running and we're about to get underway. about an hour out of Kelleys Island, Ohio. Lake Erie's a little mixed up this morning. We have the majority of the waves are coming. They were at our stern, and now they're kind of hitting us on the beam and rolling us a little bit. I'm going to call them heavy ones, maybe 2 to 3. Got a little white down. It's not bad. We're not slamming the bow or slamming the boat around, but we are rocking side to side as we kind of cut through. We're just passing the west sister island off to our port, and we have a beat on Monroe, Michigan. Our ETA into Monroe is about 50 minutes, so we're trying to cut through the open water here of Lake Erie, which is about a half hour or so till we see shore. I'm hoping, like Lake Michigan, maybe as we get a little closer to shore, it settles down a little bit, but it's not terribly windy. It's just we're in the open spot of the lake, and today she's mixed up a little bit, kind of rolling us around. We are approaching another group of fishermen, a large flotilla. I'm guessing they're fishing walleye. I'm thinking that's what Lake Erie, that's what we always fished on Lake Erie. Maybe they're out of Toledo. I'm not sure. There's 100 boats out here, and they're a long way from shore. I'm thinking this might be Toledo fishermen, possibly. Off to our port. That marker out there is the beginning of the shipping channel that leads into Toledo. That's the range marker. I believe that's the furthest east marker marking the channel into Toledo. Well, Lake Erie is a little pissed off at the moment. Things have continued to deteriorate as we cut across. They are coming at us basically on the rear beam and sort of pushing us through the roll. So it's not anything we can't tolerate. It's just a bit of a rolly ride. But the waves are definitely building. The wind is building. We do have Michigan off the bow. We have land ho. We can see Michigan. It's kind of a bittersweet moment. We're glad to see our home state, but we're sad to leave the adventure behind us, or at least everywhere we've been, and could be a little nicer coming in, sort of a reminder of what these Great Lakes can do. Well, we have basically turned southwest. We're passing Raisin Point, south of Monroe, and Lake Erie is not happy today. It's a little better in here, close to shore, a little better. We're going slower, but we got some deciding to do. I don't know if the crew's going to want to jump on and deal with this. Once we turn north towards Detroit, we feel like we might have another hour or two of beating against the waves. So. And I don't think this harbor's set up for us to stay here tonight, so we're going to have to come back out in it, but we're going to get out of Lake Erie here for a minute, see what the crew wants to do, and make some decisions.
We are planning to pick up my dad and Molly and my Aunt Vicky at the Monroe Boat Club in Bowles Harbor, located in Monroe, Michigan. The 3 crew members will ride with us from Bowles Harbor up the Detroit River, and we will dock for the night at Bayview Yacht Club just north of downtown Detroit. We are very fortunate to have been put in touch with Carl at the Monroe Boat Club. He couldn't have been nicer and more accommodating in helping us put this plan together. We have arranged for a touch and go at their club. We will pull into an empty slip, our 3 new crew members will board Andromeda, and we will pull right back out and head north. It is an incredible feeling to have my family on board and to be able to share a small piece of this incredible experience with them. As the captain, the safety and well-being of the crew and vessel are paramount. Today, Lake Erie is a total mess. In order to tolerate the sea state, we have to go painstakingly slow. It is so rolly, we are all stuck in our seats and we are not able to get the camera started. The crew is very quiet as the bow rides up and down on 6-foot rollers from all directions. This shallow Great Lake is very stirred up and the ominous waves look like churning coffee. At this moment, Lake Erie is, well, eerie. About an hour in, against my desire to keep pushing north, I am making the call. We are turning back.
Well, the best laid plans. We are now back at Monroe Boat Club.
Right on the
Never know where I'm
heart
at.
of Lake Erie.
Bulls Harbor, Michigan. Monroe Boat Club, Bulls Harbor, Michigan. We made the call. We left here, picked up our crew, made it about 4 miles up the shore, and Lake Erie kicked our ass. So we turned around and came back, and the guys at the Monroe Boat Club have been nice enough to let us stay here. So we've decided it was a good time to have a cocktail and celebrate our safe return.
And the captain shot her.
In the captain shots. All right, there's the Admiral.
That's it. He's back.
That's right.
Queen
Molly,
Admiral.
Queen Admiral. Aunt Vic is in there getting the tour. Ladies,
Yeah.
say hi.
Hello.
Hi. Good to be back on shore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit.
Even I think.
Captain did great though.
Oh, thank you.
Did great.
So
No more prayers.
we have Carl helped us out, and the Rear Admiral here at the club. We have a boat club in Ludington, so we got to talking. They have invited us up to the bar. It's already Bloody Mary o'clock up there, and it sounds like they have a nice Memorial Day service tomorrow where the entire club gets in their dress whites, which I've never seen. Our club doesn't have dress whites, but we might. That's at 9:30, so we might stick around just long enough to see that. The gentleman's whose slip we are in right now is at Point Moulier State Park.
State Park.
And so the thought process is if it's too rough for him to come back here, then it's probably too rough for us to leave. So we're okay here, and I hope to find out the gentleman's name and thank him. But safely tied up at Monroe Boat Club and ready to see what they have to offer.
Cocktails.
Docktails. Those swing out and hold the kayaks. We ended up having a great afternoon on the boat with family,
Come here, Allie.
and now we're heading up to the Monroe Boat Club to grab a little food. So it's not exactly how we planned the day, but it probably couldn't have been any better.
No, he made the right call. Captain made the right call.
Yeah, it was not worth it. And then to sit here all day with my dad and my uncle and everyone and just reminisce. And
That way we could relax. 'Cause otherwise we were going to be en route the whole time, and then we're just chauffeurs. And they were. This is perfect.
yeah, no one was uncomfortable. We were tied to a good dock with a lot of great people
Yeah.
around. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go up and check out the Monroe Boat Club.
Yes.